Welcome to the channel, viewers. Dr. JWA, theologist since 1994. We're in Muhammad, so near the revelation, so far from the Saviour. Episode 29, when the movement started watching itself. Viewers, the atmosphere changes once people stop fearing outsiders most and start fearing observation from inside the movement itself. That is where the pressure deepens psychologically. Civilized Arabia still moves beneath ordinary rhythms. The markets remain crowded. The caravans continue crossing the Arabian trade arteries, while ordinary life outwardly appears stable beneath the desert heat. Yet beneath the visible civilization, the movement has begun developing another instinct quietly beneath the proclamation. Internal surveillance. Not formalized completely, not institutionalized openly, but increasingly felt everywhere. A younger follower notices conversations lowering the moment unfamiliar listeners approach. Another carefully adjusts his language, deepening upon who sits inside the gathering. Nobody explains the rules directly. The atmosphere explains them automatically. That transformation matters enormously because movements become psychologically self-protective long before they become formally authoritarian. A sandal scrapes sharply across the stone inside the room. Several heads lift instinctively. Someone stops mid-sentence before continuing more cautiously than before. Nobody wants the wrong impression attached to their name now, as the degeneration deepens there. Not through open force initially, not through being told, just through self-monitoring, through behavioural caution, through the fear of social exposure. A man who once spoke freely now rehearses certain phrases internally before speaking publicly. Another publicly condemns hesitation more aggressively than he truly feels privately because visible certainty increasingly protects trust inside the movement. The atmosphere trains survival quietly. Who watches carefully? Who reports tension? Who notices hesitation? Who earns confidence? The movement no longer merely shapes belief. It increasingly shapes nervous system behavior itself. How people sit, how quickly they answer, what emotions they conceal, what uncertainty they hide. A lantern burns beside exhausted faces while silence begins carrying more meaning than speech itself. Certain personalities now possess emotional authority, strong enough to alter the room simply by entering it. Others increasingly study reactions before expressing thought openly at all. The old order still fears the proclamation publicly, but inside the movement another structure is quietly strengthening. The instinct to monitor loyalty continually beneath the language of spiritual unity. Outside, the caravans still move beneath the Arabian night. The sacred structures still stand publicly. Yet inside Muhammad's movement, trust itself is becoming conditional. And viewers, the pressure grows heavier there because once people begin regulating themselves through fear of internal observation, external coercion no longer needs to carry the entire burden alone. The atmosphere begins enforcing conformity automatically. And perhaps this becomes one of the defining transitions in the trajectory ahead. The movement starts protecting itself psychologically before fully protecting itself institutionally. And nobody formally announces, "Watch one another." Nobody needs to. The room already understands. And once surveillance becomes emotional rather than merely physical, institutional degeneration can accelerate quietly while still appearing spiritually disciplined from the outside. The caravans still move. The sacred structures still stand. But inside the movement, people are beginning to live as though they are always being observed. I'm Dr. JWA, theologist since 1994. Like, subscribe, comment to educate me, share the video to help somebody else, and I'll see you in the next episode when separation started feeling like betrayal.